What it do with your boy T. Smith? We're back, baby. We're just gonna jump into it, do a little recap of week 7 through 8. Who are your teams and bums of the week for week 7 through 8?
I got home burglars, and as you know, for team of the week, and then for bum of the week, we got the big trusts. They're really falling down pretty bad.
The championship hangover, is it upon us?
I don't know. Looks like the in-season hangover because they were starting off very well. I don't know what happened.
Wasn't it 4-0 or something like that?
It was 3-0, and then I think this is like their fourth in a row that they dropped. So
you really hate to see it. And what about week 8?
I got 2. So the obvious one is Bang Van. I mean, just look at the fucking stats. It speaks for itself. And then my second one is has to be a bully game. I don't know how they keep doing it. I'm speechless.
8-0.
We were talking about this earlier. What was the percent? The chance of him winning going into Monday night was like
he had a 3% chance.
3% chance. Has one. I don't even know what the deficit was going into Monday night. All I know is that it was the most unlikely comeback. Like I said, I don't know how he keeps doing it. I'm speechless, but that's my honorable mention for team of the week. Because that's just a comeback for the ages. I don't know what to say.
Big ups to Bully Gang. I'm a believer now, man. You know, he might be the first team in fantasy football history to go 11-0. I was talking to T. I'm very close with him. You know, we look alike. But I was talking to him and I was asking him about what is his thoughts on the record. He's on a nice little win streak himself, and he said that he hopes that Will actually beats him. So that way in the playoffs, when they face each other, because they're in the same bracket, that way when they face each other in the semifinals, he could destroy him and demoralize him, and make him feel very, very ashamed of himself for wasting his own time. But that's just the competitive nature in him. I told him that's a very special record, and we'll see if it can happen, man. I really hope. I hope Eric is not the one to do it. But if he is, I'm curious to see what his thoughts are on that, and we'll cover that later. There's some trades that we've missed in these last 2 weeks. Could you fill us in on what happened?
Well, the biggest one would be Kenneth Walker for Joe Mixon and Rashad Bateman. Between the Paleto Bay Punishers, who are receiving Kenneth Walker, and Massage Therapy, who received Rashad and also Joe Mixon. Kenneth Walker is Kenneth Walker. I don't know why you would trade him. That's just me personally. Mixon's not performing. I don't think he's on par with what he was doing last season, and Rashad Bateman is on the Ravens, so I'm sure you can get an idea of what that's like. Another trade was Aaron Trippin Balls and Paleto Bay Punishers. Paleto Bay revamped. They completely rebuilt their team in like a week, in like a day. They got Gus Edwards, who's now the lead running back, I believe, for the Ravens.
Oh shit!
Yeah. So with J.K. Dobbins, and then Michael Pittman goes back in the deal for Aaron Trippin Balls. I think Paleto Bay wins this one again. I don't know what's going on with the Colts offense. I don't know how good Sam Ehlinger is. To be honest, I don't think he's any that good, but we'll see. But I think as far as just future projection goes, Gus Edwards, if Dobbins doesn't come back the same, which I don't think he will, that might be a sneaky fantasy league winner for QA.
Good round of applause, man. Round of applause for GM QA. He had a rough month, but he got a close win this past week against the Make America Great again. But we'll see if he keeps it up. He has King My Son's Bully Gang, I think is his new name, right? Yeah. Oh, King Bully Gang. King Bully Gang is on the schedule, so we'll see if that makes a difference to his standings
Do you?
currently.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but do you think it's ironic, or do you think that Will is doing this ironically or unironically with the shitty names? Like, do you like? I
He
don't.
has to be. There's no way because it's everything. It's fantasy basketball. It's fantasy football, and it's just like the most obscure names that you wouldn't think like anyone could think of. Like it's we have Make America Great Again for Alvin Kamara. You have massage therapy because he has Deshaun Watson. You have Slim Brady's because you have Tom Brady. Big Trust for Lamar Jackson. Haiti voodoo spells because he's Haitian. We can keep going on for days and days. And then, you get Kenny, my son, Bully Gang, and then you get King.
Like,
Gang. Like, what the fuck?
I don't know if I want to consider him like a genius, like a comedic genius, because it's that ridiculous, or like I don't know if he's doing it on purpose, or if this is just I don't know. It's really like it's a really bad name. Back to back, Kenny, my son, Bully Gang, fucking what is it now?
King Bully Gang. And that was because Kenny gave him some advice on waivers, which benefited him ironically. But then he dropped the benefit the following week. Wait, I won't even get into that. But
yeah, next subject, man.
Next subject.
There was one more trade that I did want to discuss. It didn't go through, but it got vetoed.
Yeah.
But it was between Make America Great Again and Bang Bang. Just to explain, just the short story part of it. Basically, it was between the defense, Eagles defense, and Tony Pollard. Reasoning from what I hear, my sources are telling me that the owner, Danny from Make America Great Again, he accepted the trade at first because it was offered to him. But then he told me that he thought about it over again, and the simple thing is just that since he gave up Tony Pollard in a trade already, used his waiver claim on the Eagles defense, he didn't want to basically give up. He since he already had Tony Pollard, he didn't want to give up the Eagles defense or basically his number 2 waiver spot in exchange for somebody he already had. So, but will it work out? I don't know. Tony Pollard just ate everybody's lunch this week, so we'll see what the future holds. But yeah, he didn't want to risk giving up a consistent defense for somebody he already had, and you don't know what his potential is going to be, especially with Zeke lingering around. So
I respect that. I respect that decision. Yeah, that was a good trade. We're a good veto. All right, next up we got rapid fire predictions. Haiti voodoo spells or sponsored by FanDuel?
I'd have to go with Mr. Running Backs, Haiti voodoo spells. If McCaffrey starts throwing touchdowns and catching one and rushing one in the game,
it's over.
Exactly. So there you
go. The real Slim Brady's or Aaron tripping balls?
I'd have to go Aaron tripping balls.
Massage therapy or Big Trust?
Big Trust.
Big Trust. It's a trustworthy statement. Bang Bang or King Bully Gang?
Oh man, all these matchups are good.
I know.
Bully Gang, Josh Allen, like I said before.
Bully Gang. He's projected to lose, but Bully Gang don't care. He's gonna bully his way to a win. And Polito Bay Punishers or Let's Ride?
Polito Bay.
Carlo retire. I'm just putting it at that point. And last but not least, Tampa Home Burglars or Make America Great Again?
I'll leave that one up to you, actually.
You leave that one up to me? These are two great formidable opponents. It can go either way. They have the little history section now for old matchups. I'm pretty sure that Tampa Home Burglars has only beaten you like once or twice in the last like 8 seasons or something.
Really?
And ironically, one of them was the championship, and then the other time was in a regular season like 2 years ago or something.
Fantasy is hilarious. You can bulldoze through everybody. take their lunch, and then when it comes to the big game, you drop like a solid 72 points.
It
And you're
really
left
is
with nothing.
ironic. It really is ironic. But I'm gonna go with Make America Great Again. I'm gonna go with Make America Great. As we wrap up the show, I just have one question to the owner of Bang Van. What are your thoughts on facing King Bully Gang 9-0? What are your thoughts on that? Is that intimidating? What's your mindset going into this matchup? I'm curious to hear it.
That's a great question, Tilu. Thank you for having me on the show. Going into this matchup is gonna be tough but I'm not really looking at too far into it. My main focus right now is just making the playoffs one day at a time. Like, I got to do it by any means necessary, like I've told y'all, and I will get there to the playoffs. I'm confident. That's really what I'm focused on. But I guess to some degree, some extent, I am taking this matchup a little bit personally, especially because Will just straight up didn't pay the fantasy fees. He didn't inform no one. He didn't let no one know. I gave him ample amount of time. I texted him literally weeks before, like, yo, you still, or days before, yo, you still gonna do the league? No answer, left on scene, delivered. It don't matter. And then he straight up said in the chat he don't care. So you know what? I don't even give a fuck. I don't care either about his bitch ass matchup and his bitch ass team. I don't give a fuck what they're doing. I'm making the playoffs regardless by any means necessary, no matter what. Have a good show, T-Lou.
Wow, that was a very confident statement. Definitely going to be looking forward to that one. Am I right, Danny?
Hopefully, he won't get bullied this time.
Hey, hopefully he won't. But you know what? Turn that 8-0 to a 9-0, baby. Let's go bully gang. Let's go.
Keep it up.